The jobs market in Kilkenny and the South East is starting to open up again. We speak to some people involved in a Kickstart program to get people back in employment. Anne-Marie, what programs have you got running here today that the graduates graduated from?
Okay, so there's two programs run by Kilkenny Leader Partnership. One is called the Kickstart Program, and it's been running for almost 4 years. It was set up for people that had been made redundant, that had lost their jobs in construction, or basically because the recession had to change direction. And they were for more mature candidates, people that were maybe mid-career, and for everybody from people that hadn't done a leaving cert to people that maybe had a degree, but people that wanted to redirect and spend a little bit of time focusing on their skills, but more importantly, meeting with employers, getting back into the workforce through a work placement, and we've had great success.
And the second programme?
The programme's called Driving Ambitions, and the idea is that in Kilkenny we have a lot of rural areas that are very isolated and have become depopulated. They don't have transport networks, so a lot of these candidates are living in Graignamanagh, Castlecombe or Urlingford, and they can't get a job because there's no jobs in their villages. They don't have a car or a driving licence. And now the big barrier is the cost. So we spend quite a bit of money on getting them through their driving test. But over that same period, they have to engage with us, and they work on their interpersonal skills, they work on their literacy and their numeracy.
What sectors are the jobs in?
So Kilkenny is a centre of services. We don't have a lot of manufacturing down here, but tourism is a big factor, and whether that is in the hotel sector, we've worked a lot with the Pembroke Hotel and here with the River Court as well. Also in transport, there are a lot of jobs in coach driving, in haulage in general. So a lot of services, but digital skills are really important as well. We have a number of people at the moment doing Photoshop, ECDL programs, and so we tend to look at people's general skills, because a lot of the people that create jobs are small companies with maybe 1 or 2 employees or 3 or 4, and they're taking on 1 extra person. So the candidates actually have to be able to do a lot of different things.
Is the job market starting to open up in Kilkenny again?
It certainly is. I think particularly in Kilkenny town, Kilkenny city, rural areas are not quite as buoyant, but it's certainly, you see more activity around, and it's needed, definitely.
What sectors are the jobs in?
Well, the likes of the hospitality sector is an obvious one. Restaurants, hotels, tourism generally, services. We have an employability strategy which we launched there about a year ago, which identified these sectors. It's sort of, we've been tracking it ourselves. Light engineering, things like that, things related to the agricultural economy as well, but primarily in the service sector and the tourism hospitality sector.
Is the job market starting to open up in Kilkenny again?
Absolutely. Throughout the country we can see an improvement in the economy, and if you look at even the Kilkenny People and the national newspapers, you see there's lots of jobs being advertised, and we've actually come to a point where it's difficult to get people in certain sectors, and especially in nursing and areas like that, there's a huge shortage of candidates and staff and potential candidates for a job. So yes, it's great to see it.
What sectors are the jobs in?
Jobs can be found, as I've said already, in nursing, but also in IT, database construction, and construction itself. All the tradespeople have unfortunately left the country there during the recession, and it's time to get some of them back, because there is a shortage out there of plumbers and electricians, etc. Another area that you'll find is hospitality and catering. In that sector as well, they're always looking for skilled individuals, and it's getting an individual who has a skills level that is presentable for the company is important as well. I have taken interns from Kickstart Program for the last 4 years, and I've got numerous projects done, completed and finished, and also the individuals who've completed those projects have acquired a skills level, which I've then returned to those individuals and employed them outside of the Kickstart Program to continue that work.
Absolutely, I see that. Well done.
James, which one of the 2 programs did you pick?
I did a Kickstart course because a lot of it was refreshing what I had done in years previous. And I think with it, it's a new slant, it's modern ways of thinking. And with these courses, you really do get out of them what you put into them. And if you work hard, you get plenty out and plenty back. And it's a massive, massive benefit.
And how was your job placement?
Placement is working really, really well. I've been involved in some really, really good projects. And I'm very, very excited about it going forwards.
Is there potential to get a full-time job now?
I think there is, because the projects that I've been involved in, if there wasn't potential going forward, I wouldn't have been asked to be involved in them. So the fact that we're pushing forward, we're developing, there's plans that we're putting in place, which are far beyond when the placement's going to finish.
It was great to meet all the Kickstart graduates. We wish them every success in their careers.